Hey, how's it going, everyone? How you doing? Russell Moore coming to you live again from Dedicated Financial Literacy. It's such a pleasure to see everybody. Thank you for tuning in. Be sure to hit the subscribe button, notify, hit the bell. You know the drill. If you want more content, it'll come back at you. I'm gonna. I'm looking to be more consistent. Busy man, but hey, I love everybody out there. And I just want to help. Okay. A little housekeeping, a little disclaimer. I'm not a financial planner, analyst, broker, real estate broker, anything like that. But just a person that has done a lot of research over the years and have kept up with the market, invested in the market for a long time, and have really, it's been on my heart, especially among minorities, to really kind of help as much as possible. Um, I grew up not learning. Not no one taught me about the stocks. I had to pick up a book. I owe a lot to a guy by the name of Harlan Milton, an executive over at Fox. African American brother. I walked in. I was working at Fox Broadcasting. Walked by his office my first day. I looked in there and I said, "Wow, here's a black guy in authority." It wasn't common in those days. And he invited me into the office. First thing he asked me, "Do you have a savings account?" I said, "Yes." He said, "Do you have a 401k?" I said, "401 who?" He said, "401k." And he began to explain it to me. At the age of 5, his father handed him the Wall Street Journal and told him, "I want you to start reading this. And every word you do not understand, I want you to underline it or circle it, and we'll go over it when I get home." I thought that was pretty amazing. It wasn't like that at my house at all. But anyway, learned a plethora of things from him, and he really challenged me to save and invest. And I really, really appreciate all that he did in those years, man. I mean, I really do. I should kick him write him a check or something. Anyway, thank you, Harlan, if you ever listen to this video. Anyway, let me get into what I wanted to talk about tonight. And really, what I want to talk about is people just not being afraid. Some people say, "Hey, 2023, we're going to be in a recession." I really personally believe we are in a recession. Historically, whenever there's been a recession, like I'll give an example, 2008, the Great Recession. It was reported that we were in a recession around December of 2008, maybe November, but really it actually started in 2007. But our government didn't say anything until, well, I shouldn't say they didn't say anything, and they didn't formally announce it till almost a year later. But it actually started in 2007. And so it is, I believe, with this recession and recessions before that. If you look at the history of recessions, normally they weren't announced until maybe 6 to 8 months after they had actually started. So, um, but now people are talking about possible depression, the way our economy is going. But listen, it doesn't have to be that way. All right. You can prepare, you can get ready. That doesn't mean that we won't have tough times, but tough times won't last. All right. Okay. So, what I want to talk about real quickly is things that we can do practically to survive during the recession, during these tough times that are coming that will await us in 2023. All right. You got it? Okay. All right. And look, my list is not exhaustive. Many of you that are listening to my channel, most of my channel is for newbies, new investors, people that have like never invested in the stock market but some of the things I'm going to talk about tonight, 2 a.m., have nothing to do with the stock market. I will mention the stock market, but this is more or less like a small strategy of what you can do during this time. All right. Okay. All right. The first thing I would say in preparing or going through a recession is attack your debt. Right now we have inflation that's up, right? Inflation is up. The Federal Reserve raised the rates in the first quarter of this year. All right. Now, once that happened, that affected the auto industry, auto loans, mortgage. but also credit cards. So many of you may not even realize that if you look at your credit cards, your credit card, I guarantee you, if you had that credit card for a while and you owe money on it, you have an adjustable yield or rate, and I guarantee you that your rate is up. Find out what it is. And so one of the things you might want to do, this is a small strategy, is transfer your card to a no interest card. There's many cards out there where you can transfer your current card and say, hey, I'm going to transfer it to this new card, and say they're not charging you any interest for 18 months or a year, 6 months. What I'll do is now you've been reduced to just your payment and no interest. After you Now you can make those payments. The key is you want to make those payments before that deadline. If they say 18 months, make sure you get your balance down before the 18 months, because it will increase big time. Read the fine print, okay? So be careful even when you're transferring to a new card. All right, but that's one of the strategies. But get out of debt. Attack your debt. If you can't get out totally, say you owe thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars. One of the things that you can do, another strategy, is pick up a second job if you can. Pick up a little side gig to get some extra, and dedicate that job, that extra side gig, dedicate it to debt. Say, I'm only going to use this to get out of debt. And if you make that your goal from the beginning, that way you won't be spending your money on things that you shouldn't, and you continue to build up more debt. But you say, look, I'm going to take this job and I'm going to dedicate this second job. Maybe it's just part time, 4 or 5 hours. And you take it and you push it towards your debt. You'll get out of debt sooner. Okay. So attack debt. The next thing, number two, scale back on your expenses. This may be a season where Netflix has to go. The Disney Channel has to go. You know, HBO got to go. Pull back and invest that time in yourself, which is number three. After you start attacking your expenses, look at where you've been wasting money. And this goes into budgeting. Look at your budget. Say, I don't have a budget. Create one. You can go to mint.com, mint.com. You can go to your own bank. Usually your bank has something where you can create a budget within their website. All right. If you've got Chase or B of A, whatever, Citibank, you can create your own budget right on their website. Okay. So you don't have to go far. Look at what you're spending. Look at what you got coming in and look what you got going out, and begin to scale back on your expenses. All right. That's number two. And then I would say invest. Remember, I just said get rid of Netflix. Well, now you got this extra time. You're not watching movies. What would you do? Number three, invest in yourself. Pick up a new skill. One of the things that I've encouraged a lot of young men is pick up a trade. Learn a trade. An electrical trade, plumbing, painting. You can make good money painting on the side. You can make good money painting on the side, trust me. Um, Pick up a carpet cleaner. Grab your little carpet cleaner. There's an extractor right on Amazon, a great one. I can't remember the name of it. 400, 500 bucks. Invest a little quick little money, get your little extractor, and begin to just get you some cards on vista.com. Now, you want to know what you're doing. I'm not saying you just go out there and you have no skills, okay? Practice at your own home. You got some carpet and clean carpet. I hear you guys. You got to be creative during this time. And one of the things I like about trades is trades, no matter if there's a recession, people are still going to need plumbers. People are still going to need their toilets unclogged, their sinks unclogged. People are still going to need electric. Sometimes your electricity goes out. People are going to still need tradesmen. So learn a trade. Keep that in your back pocket. So during tough times, you have something that you can do on the side. But invest in yourself. Invest, invest, invest. Read, learn a new skill, pick up coding, you know, Cybersecurity. There are so many different things that you can do. Pick up a security guard job, whatever you can do. Okay, and it perfect number four. Is that number four or number five? Yeah, perfect your job, whatever job you're on. Perfect it and protect it. Perfect it and protect your job. And what I mean by that is during this time, there's going to be a lot of layoffs. I'm already reading in different sectors how many layoffs. The you watch if you've seen the earning reports of all of our tech companies, Amazon, horrible earnings report. Um, Google didn't have a good. Apple, pretty good. Uh, Several companies are not their earnings for the last quarter was not good. So many of them are going to be they're going to be laying off. They're going to have layoffs, and that's when you can tell that we're really into the recession. Is when the layoffs start happening. I predict by mid 2023 unemployment will be between 5 and 6%. Right now, we're about 3.7, 5 to 6% by mid 2023. That's when we'll know we're in a recession. But what you want to do, how you can protect your job, show up on time. You be the one to show up on time. Don't be always the first one to leave. Ask your boss, hey, is there anything else you want me to do? Make yourself valuable, especially if you can make yourself valuable to the degree that you actually do the work of 2 to 3 people. Now, when it's time to lay someone off, they're like, well, this person actually has mastered 2 or 3 positions. And here's another thing, cross train. Make sure you're cross training. In other words, you don't just know your position, but learn your coworker's position. Learn what your boss is doing. Many times your boss wants you. Many times your boss wants you to ask him questions about what they're doing and how they're doing their job. Because if they're out, if they've trained you, guess who they're going to put there? You. So make yourself marketable, make yourself valuable at your company. Be on time. Don't be always the one that leaves. Oh, I can't wait to leave. And you run out the door. It's 5 o'clock. And before you can punch out, you're out the door. No, stick around. Ask if you can help in the other areas and master the office, master whatever is going on with your business, and be willing to cross train, cross function. Need to be able to cross function. All right. So protect your job. Um, Diversify. This is a good time right now to diversify your portfolio. So if you're just in the stock market, hey, you guys, we're in a bear market. The market has been trending down. So we're in a bear market. We don't know when the bottom is going to hit. Nobody knows the bottom. We don't know when the bottom is going to hit. So what you want to do is be safe during this time. I'm not telling you to get out of the market and sell your stocks. Remember, I say this all the time. You don't lose money until you sell. As long as you don't sell, you haven't lost. Now, if it's a bad company, it's a horrible company, and they're going bankrupt and they haven't really proven themselves, then in those situations, unless you really have looked at the fundamentals and this company has great potential, they have great leadership, they have a moat, a competitive edge, and their numbers, they don't have a lot of debt, they got good cash flow, they're profiting, their EPS is great. If they got things going on, then you may just need to stick it out and hang in there with them. But if it's a company that you really did, your grandmother told you about it, your uncle Boo Boo told you to pick up this stock, and you really didn't do any research on the company, then you may want to sell and cut your losses. But if it's a solid company, Amazon, Google, Microsoft, Nvidia, AMD, you know, Tesla, these companies, they might run, their stocks may drop right now, but that means they're at a discount. This is time to buy. Most seasoned investors, we're buying. We're buying. We're not drawing back right now. You're catching a discount. I mean, listen, if you went to the store and you saw that ground beef or ground turkey, whatever you eat, it's normally what, $6 or $7 for the little package, about $6 or $7, and it's down to $3. Man, you'd be grabbing three or four of them, put them in your freezer because it's at a cheaper price. But we won't do that when the stock market goes down. When stocks go down, people run and want to sell. Oh no, I gotta get rid of these stocks. When you go to the store and something's on a discount, you buy. But when it comes to stocks, when they're on sale, we don't buy. No, don't panic, don't be afraid. But you do want to diversify. That's my point. Get into some gold. Make sure you have bonds. So, along with your stocks, and then also emerging markets and international markets, don't always just grab the stocks that are right here. Nobody's looking at some of the other countries. There's some amazing businesses and some great things that are going on in other countries with other businesses. And if you broaden your reach and look out a little further and not just be locked into America, there's some other stocks out there in emerging markets. Real estate is another thing. Now, I wouldn't advise anybody to go out and buy a house right now. Interest rates are at 7%, and I believe they're going to go. I said it at the beginning of the year. By December, we would probably be at around 8%, and we're already at 7.5 for interest rates. Mortgage rates are at 7.5. Okay, and so people are drawing back from buying. People are not buying. Okay, and so I wouldn't suggest right now. The housing prices are going down, and I think they're going to go down a little bit more before we reach the bottom. But you can invest in REITs, REIT, real estate investment trust. You can find them right there on your platform of your stocks. You know, people are still renting. Renters will be around no matter what happens with the housing market. So you can look into REITs, and that's one of the ways that you can invest in real estate. Anyway, diversify your portfolio. Next, I mentioned this, learn new skills, invest in yourself. I want to reiterate that. And last thing I want to say too is dollar cost average with your stocks. As the stocks are going down, begin to purchase more, purchase stocks, purchase as they go down. Some of your good companies, stocks that you've had for a while, begin to just dollar cost average. All right. So that's pretty much during this recession. Those are some of the things you want to do. I have some other things you can do, but this is long enough. Let's go over it really quick. Get out of debt, scale back on your expenses, get you multiple streams of income, which includes developing new skills and a new skill set. Don't forget about trades, okay? And I'm talking to men and women. I know women may not want to grab a wrench or a screwdriver, but hey, you got to do what you got to do. Learn a trade. Protect. Protect your job. Protect it by being a good employee. Be on time. Don't be the first one to leave. Ask your boss, is there anything else you want me to do? Make yourself valuable. So if they do start laying people off, they'll look at you last. All right? And diversify. Diversify your portfolio. Don't just have all your eggs in one basket. Don't just have stocks and that's it. No, get some bonds. Here's another thing. The 10-year US 10-year Treasury bond is at 4% yield. That's much better than a savings account. You can stick your money in there and let it sit, build it up. And I don't know how long that bond will be at 4%, but that's a nice yield. All right. Invest in real estate. So you want to diversify. Get you some gold, silver, wheat. People don't think about agricultural as a commodity. Wheat. Look at all your commodities. Oil. And so diversify. Learn new skills. Dollar cost average. Okay, dollar cost average. Keep giving. Just hang in there with your portfolio. Keep giving. Keep giving to that portfolio. Buying stocks, buying and building up and diversifying. Don't panic. Everything's going to be okay. We're going to get through this tough season. Oh, I want to add one more thing. And to me, this is very, very vital. Don't stop giving. And especially to you believers out there, do not stop tithing. And not only giving towards your church or other, and if you're not giving to a church and you're a philanthropist and you're just giving to a good cause, but for those particularly in church, not just giving to your church, that is priority, but give to the needy in the church. There's so many needs in our churches. Give to those that don't have a lot of finances. And so I'm telling you, it's rewarding, but you'll be blessed back. Sow seeds and give. All right? All right. I want to thank you guys. Have a wonderful, wonderful day. Have a wonderful weekend. This is Friday. It's about 2:30 in the morning. Enjoy your weekend and have a great, great, great day. But I'm out of here. I think so.